Wobbuffet has always been a strange case in Pokemon biology. We've always known the simple facts, such as how Wobbuffet uses Counter and Miracoat by inflating its body, or how Wobbuffet that were unlucky enough to not learn either move as a Wynaut are quickly consumed by their family. However, basic mysteries remain, such as how these species survive with such a risky battle tactic. After spending over 4 years studying this strange creature, our research team has made some startling discoveries that could change the way this Pokemon is viewed forever. From my observations, all Wobbuffet populations had a bizarre culture centered around enjoying pain. Wobbuffet usually greet each other by bashing their heads against rocks, while mating rituals involve diving headfirst off of cliffs. Wobbuffet's hunting behaviors were further examples of this species' suicidal behavior, as a hunting group will often trap their prey with Shadow Tag and then proceed to play a dangerous game of chicken, with the Wobbuffet who was closest to death getting the most food. I was perplexed by how such a suicidal species could be so common, but it became clear when I observed Wobbuffet nests. Female Wobbuffet lay up to 50 eggs a week, and most of the offspring survive because female Wobbuffet employ an extremely effective tactic of luring prey in and then using their Shadow Tag power to trap them in their nest, giving the many hungry Wynaut plenty of food to help them grow into strong and pain-loving Wobbuffet. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Newton was a smart fellow, but he certainly never met Wobbuffet, as every amount of force initially exerted upon it will return with twice the power. The evolution of this species has proven to be quite rapid in the face of its near extinction. The rapid development of their Shadow Tag ability has proven to assist in stabilizing their population, allowing the species to maintain a strategic, if suicidal, advantage over their opponents. In the past, any species with Shadow Tag was not allowed to flee another Pokemon with Shadow Tag. During these dark days Wobbuffet would trap each other, sometimes completely accidentally. Even during these accidents, Wobbuffet are so stubborn that they will continue to trap each other with Shadow Tag until one of them passes out. Nowadays, most Wobbuffet aren't affected by Shadow Tag from others of its species, indicating that they may have grown immune to the effects of their own ability over time. Pokemon rights activists have recently discovered many criminal enterprises where Wobbuffet are forced into tight living spaces and then subjected to a small electrical jolt which would become mirror-coated, all in an attempt to generate energy. This was discovered when a Pokemon Center noticed the repeated visits of trainers carrying nothing but 6 Wobbuffet. When a team of Pokemon biologists examined the abused species, they appeared to be less humorous than usual Wobbuffet. While they do seem to enjoy the pain of reflecting attacks, even they know when they are being abused. The species clearly has enormous power despite being incredibly docile. Wobbuffet is one of the more forgotten Pokemon, relegated to the spot in any trainer's mind where the trainer questions the existence of such a bizarre Pokemon. If natural selection applies to Pokemon, particularly when it comes to the likes of Kabuto, Wobbuffet would be long gone. But it isn't, implying that it's something more than just a blue punching bag. Wobbuffet is pretty much the poster child of this episode, being possibly the only Pokemon featured that is completely useless without its specialty. When Counter and Miracoat are removed from consideration, it's left with moves like Splash, Safeguard, and Destiny Bond. Splash, as any trainer worth his name knows, is absolutely useless, possibly even detrimental. Safeguard allows it to defend against status moves. Why are you afflicting Wobbuffet with poison? Just kill it already. Destiny Bond is the only move that can kill something, but at the cost of its own life. Now, you'll have hopefully noticed that I said Wobbuffet learns Splash. Only a few other Pokemon know this move, and as you would think, many of them live in the oceans, lakes, and rivers. I personally believe that Wobbuffet and Wynaut used to be water-based species, and eventually became colored blue in order to blend in better with the ocean. Wobbuffet's attack methods in battle are quite different to that of any Pokemon ever discovered. Its ability to absorb the opponent's attacks and deal damage back is something only it has mastered. After observing my Zangoose battle a wild Wobbuffet, it seemed that whenever my Zangoose would attack, Wobbuffet's body would inflate, absorbing the damage dealt. Wobbuffet could then shoot out an attack from its body while it slowly deflated. From what I gather, Wobbuffet's brain is located in its tail, and when Wobbuffet is about to get attacked, its tail quickly messages the body to relax, causing Wobbuffet to grow larger in size. Another intriguing thing about Wobbuffet is how it only lives in dark places such as caves, so it can more easily protect its tail from an opponent by hiding it out of sight. Because Wobbuffet's body is so difficult to damage, it's only natural to think that Wobbuffet's tail is where it really feels pain. If introduced to a well-lit area, it will often thrash about wildly in a desperate attempt to keep its tail safe. Wobbuffet has been observed to faint if their tail is directly attacked, although the offender can faint as well if under the influence of Destiny Bond.